Hello, everybody. Welcome to this APH webinar. This is our partner showcase today. It's called Get Tuned In with Audiojack. So again, a reminder, you're here for our partner showcase. This is Get Tuned In with Audiojack. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to get started right away with our polls. And so Betsy Ann's going to put those up. And these are, if you've been in any of our webinars before, the introductory polls are familiar to you. We, of course, want to know where you're from, what your job title is, and how you heard about this webinar. And then we have two additional questions we want to ask you today. We want to know, have you attended a webinar on Audiojack before? Yes, no, or I'm not sure. Or and next question then is, are you currently using Audiojack? Yes or no? So if you will go ahead and begin to answer those questions, we would certainly appreciate it. Again, you are here for Getting Tuned In with Audiojack. As you work on those, let me give you some basic housekeeping stuff that you need to know. There is no ACVREP credit today. So that means we can just sort of go along as we see fit. We could take the full hour. If we end a little early, we end a little early. Prepare to be with us for an hour, but know that it's possible that we could end a little sooner than that. But we may take up the time. It depends on how many questions you have and what things you want to know. Please feel free to put those questions in the chat for us so we can try to get those answered as quickly as possible. And let's get right into our presenter today, David Tobin, the founder and the CEO of Audiojack. And if you're not familiar with Audiojack, we really hope today is going to be an opportunity for you to get an idea of what it is, how it works. If you've had questions and you haven't had a chance to get those answered, we definitely want to see about getting those answered today. How are the polls looking, Betsy Ann?
So we've had about 62% of our audience vote. So I'm going to leave the poll open, but I'm going to go through the early results. So please take a moment, fill out that poll. We love to know who's in the room so we can best tailor this content to meet your needs. For the question, what is your job title? 36% say teacher of the visually impaired, and that's tied with rehabilitation professional. 18% say O&M, 9% AT specialist, and a few who mark themselves as other. So if you want to let us know your specific job title, feel free to drop that in the chat. Where are you from? Great representation across the United States today. How'd you hear about this webinar? Those emails are really working out for you, with 91% receiving information from those webinar emails. For our content-specific questions today, have you attended a webinar on Audiojack? 67% say no. So we've got a lot of uninitiated folks in the room with us today who are going to learn a lot about Audiojack. 25% said yes, and one person said, I'm not sure. For the question, are you currently using Audiojack? 92% say no. One person says yes. So thanks everybody for joining us today. Feel free, if you're ever having trouble with the polls, you can always put your responses in the chat. So I'm going to end polling and we're going to hand it over to David for today's presentation on Audiojack. Thanks, Paul, for your introduction.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for that intro, Betsy. Hope everyone's doing well. Nice to see we have people from all over, which is great. Sometimes it's like just a section of it, but no one from Hawaii or Alaska yet. So
and no international folks. It doesn't look like.
I know, no international folks yet. I know, right? Well, it's evening over there, so I get it. Well, at least going that way. So for those of you who don't know, hi, my name is David Tobin. I'm the creator of Audiojack. Audiojack is how do you just yes, absolutely. Sally wrote that. That's a great question. We'll definitely talk about that. Sally, have you, and you can just put in there, have you done that before? Have you done this with multiple students with multiple impairments? But let me get into this a little bit real quick beforehand. So I'm here to talk to you about Audiojack, and it's been wonderful during it's a little while now working with APH on this to help bring awareness to the tool, and we've been using a lot of different programs. So an Audiojack is the name of the company, but it's also the name of the product and what we do. An Audiojack is an audio-based movie. So you listen to it. There's no words, there's no video, and there's no music. It's all in an audio format. So you hit play and you listen. And what you might hear is the wind and trees blowing, and then some footsteps start walking across the ground. And then you hear a door open. So your imagination and memory start to converge because we all have an association to sound. Whether we can see or not, we're still interpreting it in our own way. And an Audiojack covers a wide breadth. There's all different kinds of them. And you'll see we're going to jump inside the Audiojack app. There's different categories of different Audiojacks that allow you to experience these. Now, we never tell you the actual story behind any of them, so it's up to your imagination. There's no wrong answer. Whatever you want the story to be, that's what it is. So if you think you're running through the forest being chased by a teddy bear and lasers are coming out of his eyes, that's what the story is. And the reason why this is important is because it gives people a buy-in, a natural way to connect to what we do here with the content. A lot of things in our world are visual that have been made accessible for the blind. A lot of things have been done to make them work for blind environments. And there are a few products that obviously work in this world very well, but nothing quite like this. Since there's no visual construct with an Audiojack, we're all connected, whether you can see or not. It's a universal platform. If I break this water glass, it doesn't go le break in France. It makes the same sound no matter where we're at on the planet. So it allows us all to connect. And so what we found is bringing Audiojack into the visually impaired space. A lot of teachers that deal with orientation and mobility, a lot of instructors in language skills and literacy have found this as an invaluable tool, because what we're doing is we're allowing students and adults, students at any age, but visually impaired individuals to feel like they're inside an environment, because it's all sound design and it's constructed with a visual construct. And this is all going to make a lot of sense because we're going to do a couple Audiojacks here, and we're going to open this up to a discussion because I want to hear your feedback on that. Like Sally asked in the chat. And if you have any questions, please feel free. This is a presentation, but this is also an open discussion. This is a chance for us all to talk and find out different ways how you see this being used, your ideas, and we can share other case studies of how people have done this before in the past. And so that's what we're going to get to. But before we go, I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about the history of Audiojack and where it came from, and a little bit more about us. And then I'm going to get right into Sally's question. And then I think, Betsy, we could just start in when doing an Audiojack and get everyone going. And then,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, or do the video first, whatever you think is best.
It's absolutely up to you. When we get ready to have that discussion, I think I'm going to promote folks to panelists. So just let me know when we're ready to do that so we can have a discussion with everyone in the room.
All right, great. Well, then I'll tell you a little bit about this. So my background is I come from the world of entertainment. I've been a TV producer for a very long time, working on a lot of different shows in the music competition and other spaces like that. I also have a big music background. I used to manage the Roxy Theater on the Sunset Strip, and I play a bunch of instruments. But I also volunteer the education space for a very, very long time. My mom was a teacher for 22 years. I've worked with all sorts of different programs. And when I created Audiojack, we said right off the bat, let's see how this works in education. Let's see if we can use this as a prompt to engage students. And the results were phenomenal. Kids were super engaged because they were able to connect on their own level. They have a buy-in. It's not like you're telling kids to go in a classroom and say, write about this, do this, here's what you need to go do. It's, hey, listen to this and tell us what you came up with. Then afterward, we tell them what skills they just used. So we take out that intimidation factor. And if you go to audiojack.com, you can see that. We actually have a link here that we're going to put in the description in case you want to get Audiojack. If you use this link and make a purchase and go through, a percentage goes back to APH. So you're actually helping them out in the programs and things out here, which is really wonderful. But as you learn about Audiojack, you'll see some really fascinating ways that it's engaged with people across the board. And Sally asked, is anyone looking how to use this with students with multiple impairments? We've worked with a lot of different programs outside of the visually impaired space. We work with an autistic program in Santa Clarita Unified in California has been using it, Monterey Unified, Sanger Unified, several different school districts use it with students with multiple impairments in blended classrooms and also in general classrooms as well. So we've seen it allow kids to engage. There isn't a formal autistic study out, but we've done a lot of work in that world. And we've seen that it activates the imagination, the mind, and satisfies the needs through just the ears. Because as you know, when you're with the autistic space, all the sensory is turned up to 10 all the time, and they're trying to decipher everything going on. When you take all of that and you're getting all that stimulation through just your ears, it actually satisfies the brain for a certain amount of time. And there's some research we did with UC Riverside's brain program that talks about that as well. So there is use with it with multiple students. And as we know, most, I would say this, Betsy, I mean, we think not most, but a lot of visually impaired students suffer from multiple impairments. It's generally not just visual in some cases. There's other things that have come up or in others like that. So we've seen multiple use for this, and it's a tool. There's not just one way to use Audiojack. You could use it however you see fit, whether it's an exercise just to start the day and get the class going, or whether it's something that you want to use specifically for an individual. You can preview the content, listen through everything, and decide what's best for your students. And so we have a little video here that talks a bit about Audiojack. I think I want to play that first, and then we can just get into doing Audiojack and do that for the rest of the session. Or do you think we should do it after? What do you think? You've seen the video. What do you think? Do it first?
Let's do the video first. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, great. Let me pull this up really quickly. 1 second. It's my sound of I closed the window on accident. Okay, great. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. This is a quick little 1-minute video for you all to check out. And it's just some educators in the blind space talking about their use of Audiojack and some people you may recognize and how they've used it. And then we're gonna jump in and we're all gonna do one together. We're actually gonna change the format up so everyone can share and engage. It's gonna be really fun. So here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, great. Is that coming through there, Betsy? You see it okay?
Yes, I see the app. Yes.
All right, great. Fantastic. All right, guys, here you go. Enjoy.
My name is Ting Su. I'm a teacher of the visually impaired, or TVI, and also assistant professor in the teacher prep program for visual impairments at San Francisco State University.
My name is Jennifer Hirsch, and I'm a teacher for students with vision impairment.
Oh, David, it looks like it stopped. I can't hear you.
A little error over here.
There.
Let me try this one more time. I apologize. Sorry, everyone. Technology. I do not work at a company that uses tech. Not at all.
Right.
Exactly. All right, let's try this one more time. Here we go. There we go.
My name is Ting Su. I am a teacher of the visually impaired, or TVI, and also assistant professor in the teacher prep program for visual impairments at San Francisco State University.
My name is Jennifer Hirsch, and I'm a teacher for students with vision impairments.
I'm Kristen Lockwood, and I'm the president of CTE BVI. Audiojack is really useful for BVI students because there's no sight barrier, there's no language barrier.
Audiojack is hugely beneficial for teaching students with visual impairments. Audiojack provides these previews of environments in the same way that students will experience them through sound.
Audiojack is completely unique. It's just so universal, and it's really exciting to consider the other applications that it could have for memory loss, for the elderly, for people who are homebound. It's just really neat.
It's fully inclusive. It just crosses all barriers. I think it has lots of applications in different populations and demographics. You know, working with teachers of the visually impaired and preparing blind kids for successful, positive, independent travel experiences.
We use Audiojack as a unifying activity. We have kids of all ages from kindergarten on up to middle school. It's a good sensory activity. It really stimulates creativity and imagination.
I'm actually excited to bring it back to my students in Oklahoma.
We've used it for a couple of years now, and it's really one of our favorite activities.
there you go. Hopefully that played fine for all you watching out there in the technical difficulties. So yeah, you can see we worked with a lot of different people and they've been using it for a bit. So keep all that in mind, what they said, how they use it. And I'd love to hear, what you all do, what you're doing in your schools and how you think you can do it. But I think the best way to do it is just jump in and do one. So let me jump in here real quick. I'm hopping into it. So there's an Audiojack app that you can download on any device. And there's a free version of it. You can get your subscriptions through the link here in the chat through American Printing House. Subscriptions are very expensive. They come out to $1.25 a month. So watch out. Yeah, that's it. It's $1.25 a month per subscription. And you could buy it by bulk as well and things like that, annual subscriptions and things like that. So it's really one of those things that I think has become a really neat tool because we've made it really accessible price-wise. And some of your programs may already have subscriptions, just check with them. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in here. And since I noticed we have some teachers from the visually impaired, O&M, and rehab, I think we should do one that I kind of think harkens to that a little bit first and start off on this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hop inside the Audiojack app. And you can all see it here. There's different categories. And then activities are your step-by-step instructions on how to get an idea on how to use it with some elements that we put together. And these are just ideas to get you going. Everyone is different. Everyone's classroom is different. Everyone teaches differently. So we want to make sure that you know that. We're going to jump in here. So the life category created, there's a bunch of different ones in here. And what I found is a lot of TVI, O&M have really enjoyed this category because it has helped students desensitize, get them ready for certain situations that they may be going out to. Also do listening exercises to help them familiarize themselves with these elements, and also to allow them to feel comfortable in some places that they may be around on a daily basis. Some of these obviously have absolutely no bearing on that. I don't know how many lumberjacks there are in the audience, but it's a really fun one nonetheless to listen to and enjoy and whatnot. So I thought one we've done a couple times is a day in the park and fresh cut and some of these other ones here. But one particular I wanted to do, it's a little bit of a longer one, but it's called, and we're gonna kind of play through it. Generally what we do is we listen to them twice. This one's called Sunday Morning. And I think this one is going to really connect with a lot of you for the elements of it. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to hit play, and it's going to play twice because there's going to be group participation. We're going to open this up so all of you can be in here, and you don't have to use the video if you don't want or anything like that. You can chat, but if you can turn your mic on and chat with us, that would be incredibly helpful. And I think a lot of people would appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to it twice. You're going to listen to it once with your eyes closed. And this is how you do every Audiojack. You always listen to the first one just with your eyes closed, whether you can see or not. And you're hearing it. You're engaging with it. You're like, okay, that's all happening. Then you listen to the same Audiojack a second time. The second time around, you can now piece the story together and create the narrative that you want it to be. Because the first time you hear it, you hear different things along the way, and your mind is like putting it together as it unfolds. But when you hear it a second time, you've now heard it, you can now build the Audiojack into something meaningful, whether you're writing a story or you're just doing an exercise or you're having someone get familiar with their surroundings. So if we're all set, I'm ready to jump in and do this. Betsy, what do you think?
Let's do it. I'm ready to Audiojack.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so everyone, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be going around the room and asking for participation afterwards. You can share your stories or your thoughts on how you would use this. And then we should have enough time to play another one from a different category, and I'll let you guys choose what that is. And then we'll get into that a bit more. So without further ado, sit back, relax. I'm gonna mute my microphone, and I think Betsy's gonna mute hers as well too, so I don't have to mute the room.
Absolutely.
Just let your imagination go. And it's gonna play twice, and then we'll chat afterward. So without further ado, and by the way, these do start off quiet. That's intentional. It's a slow, gradual build. So if you don't hear anything at the beginning, just wait, it will eventually come. And there's a reason behind that. We can talk about the science behind that as well later. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, so as this audio jack concludes, I'm talking over the end of it, I know. But it's going to play one more time. Now I want you to put the story together and also put together your questions and ideas. And then once it's done, we're going to expand our Zoom audience so everyone will have a chance to chat and use their audio feature or video if you like. And we'll talk a bit about this. And I cannot wait to hear what you came up with for your stories and also your ideas of how this tool can come into your place. So here we go. Enjoy. All right. There we go. So that was Sunday morning from the life category of the Audiojack app. Now what we're going to do is to Daily Morning in New York. Hildegard wrote in already, and I'd love to open this up as well, Betsy, so we can allow other people to participate.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is promote everyone to panelists in just a moment. You'll be getting a notification on your Zoom. Go ahead and accept that if you would like to be in on the discussion. I'll ask that you unmute yourself, you turn on your camera, and we'll have a discussion. If you don't want to join in the discussion, feel free to hang out regardless. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Right. And you don't have to use video if you don't want. You can keep your video off when you join. It's just easier to chat with y'all. But I'm going to start reading some of these because these are amazing. While we're getting set up. Is that okay, Betsy? Can I go ahead and
Absolutely.
All right. So as you could probably see in the chat here, Hildegard wrote, I'm changing the title into A Daily Morning in New York. I like that. Getting up, opening the windows, making tea and toast. The only thing that's missing in New York is here in New York are the chirping of the birds. Love this app. Thank you. Well, that's great, Hildegard. Thank you for that. I'd love to know more, Hildegard. How do you use Audiojack? How are you using it in your daily life or within the purposes of your occupation and what field you're in? I'd love to get some feedback from that. And feel free to join in the chat and chat, or you can type whatever's easiest for you. Margarita wrote, stretching a bed cover, stretching, listening to the birds, walking to the door and sliding open, hear the birds more clearly, walk to the kitchen over the carpet, going to the utensils drawer, putting warm kettle, fill the kettle, glass stove. Wow, you had a very nice breakdown. Turn on the lighted gas stove to high, gathering materials, kettle is whistling, and it's done and going. Hey, Sally. And the kettle dish with large sugar cup, walk to the oven, poach the eggs, the skillet to cook pop toast, and so you could listen to the birds. That's a fantastic story. I feel like I'm right there with you, Margarita. And also, same question to you before we chat here with Sally. I'd love to know how you use Audiojack, how you see this being used, and also your field and what you're doing. Hi, Sally. Oh, Margarita's talking. Oh, there we are. Hi, Margarita. I didn't see you there.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good.
Currently, what I do is I just introduce it to other people, to other teachers or students as a listening exercise to build up their listening skills.
That's great. I think that's actually really awesome that you do that, because that's why I mentioned earlier, I said, it starts off really quiet and then gradually gets louder, very subtly louder. It's to actually let us work on those listening skills, because the second time you listen to it, I bet it started off sounding a little bit louder. And that's because your listening skills started to enhance and grow in that moment. We didn't change the volume level. It's just how our mind starts to react when we engage with listening. What kind of feedback have you been getting?
So far, they're like, okay, they're gonna eat, because I do the free one. So I start off with, and then if they want to go on and continue, then they do that. I also let my friend who's a teacher know about it, but we're summer. We're in the summer. So
yeah, we're starting to get a lot of teachers reaching out to us about, application for fall and things like that too. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Do you see any other ways? Obviously you're in this field, but Margarita, before we move on, Sally, do you see any other ways this being used? You use it for listening skills. Do you see this?
I haven't used it. I haven't used it yet.
Sure. Well, Sally, what do you think?
I took time off during COVID and I just heard about it. I've been doing the APH, seminars and stuff, and I got into it that way. So what I've been thinking about is just, I have in the past worked with a lot of multiply impaired classrooms, and I don't know about other people that are watching this, but when I go into those classrooms, a lot of times my student is just sitting in a wheelchair pushed up to a table and nothing is happening for them. So this would be something really fun. I was thinking about looking into the state standards and seeing if there's some way that I could encourage some of the classroom teachers in the gen ed population, to have those students come into their classroom while they're listening, while the whole class is listening to one of these and doing, you know, the story, and then having the student listen and then listen to the stories that the kids wrote and them reading them back. I think it's a much more engaging way of putting these kids into gen ed classrooms than putting them back in the corner someplace with a with an aid and just, again, sitting. It's just it's so hard to find things that are going to be engaging for kids that are severely multiply impaired. And this just seems like, I mean, there's no way to stop audio from coming to somebody. And so I think this would just be fabulous to try to figure out some way of making some curriculum around this.
That's great. I think so too. And I've seen that in some classrooms where they've done that, where they've brought Audiojack in because everyone can connect to it. There's no wrong answer. Like if someone listened to the one we just heard and said, oh, I'm at a park and there's this happening and these birds and and then, you know, there was construction over there or whatever, that's their interpretation of it. And there's no wrong answer, but they've created a story. They've come up with something, they've contributed, and now someone else will. And then now we have a discussion going because there is no wrong answer. It allows everyone to have that buy-in together. So I started to see that happen a little bit at the end of last year. Was a lot of people using it with Zoom more than anything than the physical classroom yet, because that wasn't an option, but very interesting to see that.
I would like to see, you know, the combined during the video where they were showing kids of all ages and adults of all ages, and to maybe bring people of different abilities into that mix at the same time, instead of just, you know, looking at ages, but also looking at different abilities, so that it can include kids that aren't always included.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we're going to try to document more of that to help show people. And if you come across that, or you find that maybe, you know, after we're done here and you end up using it or you see it, please reach out to us or APH and let us know, so that we can kind of follow up on that or be able to help, you know, capture some of that in some capacity. At least we can't over here at Audiojack. I know APH is not
Right.
the thing, but at least you could let the research, let me know, because we'd love to help share that story. And
Right,
show
sharing is an
people.
important part.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's our job.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Well, let me go to, well, thank you, Sally. I'm going to read a couple replies we have here, and then JB raised a hand, so we'll get over that in a second. Hildegard said, I'm thinking of using Audiojack because what I experienced today is great. I'll use this for relaxation at work and my writing skills, and we'll introduce it to other friends. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Audiojack, is it's also something for all of us to use, because we spend so much time on the screen, and to take a break like what we just did is incredibly therapeutic for the mind. You get an actual dose of REM activity that lets your mind get refreshed when you're engaging with an Audiojack. And that's a bit about you'll see that on the website from our study with UC Riverside's brain program. And so it's not just a great way to engage, but it's also beneficial to the mind in that capacity. Robin said this could be helpful in an inpatient rehab setting for someone who's recently experienced vision loss, helping them to develop their auditory senses for common types of sounds in a safe, controlled setting before going home. That's a great idea. Right, Betsy?
Yeah, I mean, I
really
hadn't really thought of that before. I think about it in terms of O&M capabilities and in terms of helping a student be able to orient themselves within an environment. I think what Audiojack does that's so cool is, even with these, you know, pretty inexpensive headphones, I'm getting surround sound, but I'm being able to pinpoint in the environment where those items are for me. So I thought about that for young people, but I think even in an inpatient rehab setting could be really cool to learn how to distinguish sounds. There's so many different audio jacks that you could listen to. And while some of them are very much your real life, what you're going to experience in your home, walking down the sidewalk, there's just so much that you can explore for folks who are learning to use senses in a new way.
Yeah, and also like for something that's just happened to someone, to help with that shock and stress of like, wait a minute, here's what your world's gonna be like, and let it kind of unfold for them in that capacity.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Sasha writes, I'm a TVI, I've not used it yet, but this would be an app for good activities for younger students as order of sounds, time of day, identifying rooms that these sounds could be in, and as a writing prompts for those with abilities. For example, what happens before or after. Absolutely. And in the app, there's in the life category, there's actually one called Sync, and that one is reminiscent of a bathroom experience, and then to let people feel like what would happen in that room. And also some of the sounds pop on and there's supposed to be a little jarring, also like with fresh cut. In the middle of that, when a lawnmower kicks on, but sighted people would see that coming, but this allows people to get used to being startled by sounds and things that might happen and allow them to be able to deal with that stress and those elements with it as well. Great idea. And yeah, for the writing prompts, absolutely. And that's some of the activities in here, outline that as well. Nomi, I hope I said your name right. So this can be used as a relaxation tool to bring down anxiety and alleviate boredom. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Sasha agrees with some of those. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. JB, you want to go for it? Say hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm from Sri Lanka, one of the South Asian countries. Perhaps you know this. So I have a couple of questions. One is, now that we were listening to this on Zoom, I think some of the audio quality is lost on its way to us. So how much 3D or how much augmented reality does this have? That's the first question. And the second question is, is there a way that people, so those who use Audiojack for teaching or rehab or whatever, is there a way for them to produce these clips and deal with the app? How does it work? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also tell us about any, and please do tell us just an afterthought. I mean, do you have any pricing models for third world countries or whoever who can't afford this much?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, JB. So your first question, as far as the audio, the difference you're hearing it, this is being piped in right from the app, and yes, Zoom is processing it based on your internet connection, everything. You may have lost a little of the audio out of that. As far as the augmented reality, there is a category in here in AR audio jacks. We're actually phasing that out. That was a partnership we had with Bose, the speaker headphone company. They have phased out AR in that capacity, so we are too. But the actual audio jacks, like Betsy mentioned, that it gives you that surround sound element. It's because when we make these, it's designed so that you can listen to this on any speaker or headphones and get that experience, because this is a combination of there's a bit of science behind everything that we do here and how to make that happen, but it's a combination of mono sounds, stereo, ambisonic, binaural, and stereoscopic. So it's basically a whole bunch of different types of recordings that have been edited and produced together, so you can get that full 360 experience without having to have a expensive pair of headphones or a fancy speaker. And then the other element with this too, which is really interesting, and it goes back to the listening elements of Audiojack. I know we only have 10 minutes left, so I'll try to be brief. Is that what the neat thing about this is that you can listen to it on your headphones and then go listen to it on a speaker or in your car, and you're going to get a different story, because there's certain sounds that are placed in order to give you different experiences based on the sounds, the system you're listening to. Because you're gonna hear way more with the headphones, but you'll still get a great experience if you listen to it on a speaker. But with a speaker, you'll feel it because of the bass, because of those elements and the sound waves, the way they travel and feel in your body. But with headphones, you're only gonna feel it localized here. So there's different elements that we put into that. You asked also about availability in other countries and cost. So there is a free version of the app. If you download it right now, it's free. There's a free audio jack in each category. So it's totally unlocked, ready to try and engage with. And then if you want to unlock it, you can get your subscription. That's usually by posting that link one more time in the chat.
Yeah.
Just so we have it one more
Can
time.
do.
Or I can do it either way. Oh, bam.
I got it.
Yeah, you do. Dang. So if you hit that link, you can go there and browse the subscriptions. And you can get a monthly subscription, which is $2.99 a month, $2.99 a month US. But if you buy an annual subscription for $14.99, that comes out to $1.25 per month for your subscription. So there it is, just like that. And a portion of those proceeds, by going through this route, go back to APH. So I really encourage that you keep this link handy, this product page, and use that for everything when you do share. Because we do want to make sure that we are, giving back to APH. And so you had another question as well, Jay. I feel like I missed one. JB, did you have another question that I missed?
Yeah. It's about the production aspect. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, is there a way that we can
Sure.
recreate it?
Yeah. So the answer is no. The audio jacks are already pre-made. They're already built in here. There's over 60 of them now. There's actually a bunch more. I mean, we turn out new ones all the time. There's actually a really exciting photography audio jack coming up, which I think is going to be especially interesting for the visually impaired. And we're trying to do something really special with that one. And with that, they're already made, but we are going to be releasing a playlist feature, which will allow you to combine audio jacks and put them in order so you can play and put them out and create your own long format story. But there is no way to make your actual audio jack. That is something that we do here with our team of creators.
Yeah, I think if folks were inspired, though, we have a really great program at APH called Studio Recorder. It's a software system that we use in our Talking Book studio. If you're inspired by Audiojack, feel free to make your own by combining sound effects that are already existent or creating your own sound effects and blending those together to tell a story. I think that's a really interesting second step after listening to Audiojack, is to try and make your own.
Find your own sounds too.
Absolutely. In the theater, we call it Foley when you're creating sound effects live. It's a really fun activity for students to work to create the sound effects of rain or thunder, footsteps, all sorts of things. So that's a really interesting way to forward this work. So thanks for that, JB.
Yeah. And then someone else had
Yeah,
their
one
hand up with
more
another. Oh yeah, go for it. Well, did you have another question, JB? Hello?
All right. Well, yeah. Any other questions from the audience or other ideas about how to use Audiojack, either in the classroom, in a work setting, even in your own home?
Yeah. Any other chats? If not, we don't have enough time. I mean, we have 7 minutes. Could I play like part of another one just randomly really quickly, do you think?
Yeah, I think playing one of the really active ones could be a fun activity.
Absolutely. I know we only have 7 minutes. So I'm trying to find one from the action adventure category that's quick.
Yeah.
I could do the baseball one. That one's super fast.
Cool. Yeah. Well, while you're getting set up.
Okay.
I was going to share with Sally an activity I have done in classrooms with students with multiple impairments that I think Audiojack would be a great fit for. Like, think about Sunday morning, and you're placing a student in their home and you're asking them what kind of items they would find in this room, which for some students, they might say that we're in the bedroom first, then we're in the kitchen, maybe we're somewhere else during this activity. What items do you typically find there? So you're reinforcing the idea of what is common in location, and then ask them what they'd like to find in that location, and maybe introduce a fantasy, a mystery element where, I'm in my kitchen and I'm drinking coffee on a morning, but I look in my mug and there's a little elf in there. Or I picked up the pot of hot tea and instead of water, gold spills out. So reinforcing the ideas of common sounds at common locations, but then adding that fantastical element that might prompt a story. That's an activity I would love to do with Audiojack, because I've typically done it with just verbal listing or written listing, dependent on the student's abilities, but I would love to try it with Audiojack.
It's a great idea. Absolutely great idea. Yeah, I mean, these Audiojack is a tool. It's a tool for you to use how you see fit in your classroom. And that's, a lot of people feel like, oh, this app's for this, I only have to do this. This is a tool. This is like a hammer. You use it for all sorts of things. That's the way I look at Audiojack, because it fits in so many areas. I mean, the one thing I do want to show everyone is the history section. We're adding more to this. These are indicative, let you feel like you're in that moment of time, to let students feel like they're there. This also provides a lot of empathy, so people can feel like they're in the environment and understand it. And it's been fantastic for a lot of teachers in there to do that. We have the action adventure category has a bunch in here and a bunch of really interesting things as well.
Cool.
Oh, did you want me to go back to something?
Oh, I just hadn't seen. I mean, there's new
Yeah.
content added all the time. So
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
looking
And
at the
that's
list and
some-
going, "Ooh, those are new titles."
Oh yeah, we've got all sorts of new stuff coming out. Our most recent one is called Ink. I highly recommend checking it out. We made that with a very famous tattoo artist, and well, there's more to that one. But I just want to give you guys a quick taste of something else. It's fantastic. Yeah, we can talk more about that at the next one. But here's a quick taste of something that's a little bit different than what we just heard. It's a minute 20 seconds. We're making the longer version of this one. We're actually working with a professional baseball team right now, but they just traded away someone, so we have to figure that out. But here's a quick sample of it, and I'm just going to play this one real quick, just so you can hear it. So we're not going to do it twice, but just close your eyes and listen and see how you might apply this one in the classroom. Awesome. So there you go, something a little bit different. Yeah, there's a cheering. Yeah, beginning a cheering session for a student doing a good job. Absolutely. And that's this one really quickly is a great way for desensitization, like someone who's going out into the world to feel like if they get to be around a crowd in a safe environment, things like that. Nice, thanks, Margarita, in this description. I know we only have 2 minutes left, so this went by really fast.
It did.
Yeah, this is great. So if anyone has any other questions, you can always reach out to me, david@audiojack.com. I'm happy to answer any questions, chat more about this and your ideas and how you might see this, or if you have questions on how you can bring this in your program, please let me know. Betsy, thank you again for putting this together and letting us be a part of it. It's fantastic.
Of course. Yeah, and I'm going to hand it to Paul, voice of APH, to read us out with one final pitch for Audiojack.
Just remember, the link has been shared with you. We can put it in there one more time, but please order if you're going to subscribe for the $2.99 a month or the $14.99 for the year, and enjoy Audiojack. If you don't have the app, you may want to just download it, check it out, see what you hear, and then go to that page, and you may find just that even on your own, that you just enjoy listening to the sounds. You know, we enjoy that, and just the sounds themselves are just fun, and just to imagine and to hear them all put together. So check that out and get your subscription, and feel free to use it as you wish. We thank you for joining us today. It's been good. We'll have to do another one soon.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Awesome.
Paul, for reading us out. And thank you, David, for being here today. And big thanks to our audience for joining us for something new. This was a great format for talking about Audiojack. It's wonderful to be able to share those ideas in this kind of setting. So thanks, everyone, for participating. And we hope you stay in touch with APH. Follow us for more webinars, and especially look out for Audiojack. Thanks, everyone.